Hello there everyone. Well guys, what did I tell you yesterday? I told you that this breakout from this whole yellow wedge actually wasn't looking that very appealing just because of the volume. Especially if we would go to bigger time frames, we would find out very quickly that the volume only keeps going down. So now, we actually saw, as again, if you don't believe me, go into my previous video and check out exactly what I said. So call me Mr. Sparrow in the comments, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I make a new upload, and join my free Discord channel. There is a link to it down in the description of this video. This is where I post all of my trades and the trades of my team. There's 40,000 traders in that community and it's free. So go join it immediately. So okay, now this is a bit of bad news, okay? So we're hopeful that we're gonna actually punch all the way through 27.5. This would open up the way to the next resistance, which would, the major one would come in at about 29k. So, but it's not happening. See, we're actually moving to the downside, and it's not looking very good at all. If we're gonna go to 1 hour chart, we're gonna see that this breakdown, and that's why a lot of people are actually saying, Thomas, you know, Bitcoin is crashing, should I sell all of my Bitcoin? And you know, it's the biggest weakness ever, and etc. So watch this video till the end. I'm going to show you some interesting pieces of data. This is going to be a very juicy video, and then you can decide if you want to sell your Bitcoin right now or not. And then I'm going to tell you whether I've sold my Bitcoin or not. So anyway, and this breakdown, which is we actually kind of closed below right now. The volume is still going down a bit already. So theoretically, this opens all the way down to 25k. This was ultimate point where I wanted to add to my long trade. Does it still stay the same? Well, watch this video till the end and you will understand my thought process. So let's talk about this. Bitcoin has bottomed and the world's biggest cryptocurrency is on a new bull run, says MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor. I mean, Michael Saylor is a genius. He's a G and he's a billionaire, and he knows exactly what is happening much deeper than me, you, or anyone else, despite the fact of somebody saying that he is actually a Bitcoin maxi. So he says that Bitcoin has bottomed, and also in part because of the banking system collapse, of distrust of the banking system, etc. And quite frankly, guys, I'm very inclined to agree with his statements, simply because where else do we go? Okay, let's not get into this. Let's just continue. What he also says is that all banks will one day custody Bitcoin for people. Like, you know, Bitcoin is going to be so big that people need to keep money somewhere, and like JP Morgan, Bank of America, etc., all the big global banks will actually have to custody Bitcoin for their customers. And he believes that this is coming, which is, in my opinion, is actually quite bullish. And don't forget what happened, what BIS actually did. If you don't remember what BIS is, this is the Bank for International Statements. And I mean, this is absolutely huge. It's a global bank of all the banks. So, and it's going to allow banks to hold 2% of their reserves in cryptocurrencies. And they're gonna, this is gonna actually come to effect in January 1st, 2025. So I mean, this is absolutely huge. So Saylor, there is a lot of precursors to what Saylor is saying. So while we are worried about this small downside in Bitcoin that can actually even go to 23k theoretically, these things are what actually matters long term. So unless we're talking about active, hyperactive trading, then this is what you have to be paying attention to. Now, guys, this video is just getting started, and if you're enjoying this content, please slap a like and also subscribe and hit that notification bell, because subscriptions at this point don't make any difference. What makes a difference is that notification bell for you as well as the channel itself. So now, Bitcoin climbs back above 27k, well now, and then drops again, after Hong Kong green lights some retail crypto trading. Ooh, so we were expecting some institutions, but now it's actually retail. So Hong Kong securities regulator announced it will allow retail trading of certain crypto assets starting June the 1st. So this is huge. I mean, this is all about liquidity. Bitcoin follows global liquidity. Hong Kong is opening up on June the 1st, which is basically in 1 week. And then also, and this is going to, again, be very huge for Bitcoin. So that's why I think June 1st is going to be a big catalyst for Bitcoin in general. And certainly also what is coming on June the 1st. And that is the potential default of the United States. Which is, you know, you would ask me, why the hell am I talking about US default with a smile on my face? Is because I think that Bitcoin would actually benefit from it. All the markets will crash except for Bitcoin, in my personal humble opinion. Because Bitcoin is exactly everything that this system is not. So That's just my opinion, and especially in light of the current collapse of the banking system. And this is what Jamie Dimon is saying. He's warning of the 7% Fed rate hike, then also the Fed rate in general, then the banking crisis, which is still there. It still exists. It's still real. So us considering that, you know, it's over and the banks are safe, like, you know, the people like to say, like Fed, etc., it's all bullshit. And Dimon actually is calling the bluff. And he's also talking about the bleak commercial real estate. And remember, when commercial real estate starts to go under, it actually starts to affect the overall financial system itself. I mean, it all ties in together and then goes down as a house of cards. So we're saying the banking crisis still looming. That's something that actually is going to allow us to believe more in Bitcoin, and that's what is happening. Then we are saying the default potentially happening in June the 1st, and June the 1st, Hong Kong is opening up to crypto for retailers. This is absolutely crazy. And we have the craziest guy in Bitcoin world actually saying that the bottom is in for many of these reasons. This makes me feel very good to actually accumulate Bitcoin. But guys, this is not it. This is not all. Let's take a look at some on-chain stuff. Because if you need convincing, this is the only video, and guys, there is a share button down below right here in this YouTube video, on YouTube, that you can use to share this video with your friends and family members and naysayers and people that you think should watch this to change their mind for good. Then share this video, will help out the channel, and you have the power to change a life. So share this video right now. So this chart right here is the Bitcoin sell-side risk ratio. So basically, sell-side risk ratio is approaching at all-time lows. This indicates that investors are reluctant to spend coins which are in profit or loss within the current price range. So this usually occurs when sellers are exhausted on both sides, suggesting big moves are coming. And look how deep we are in this. And usually when we were this deep, like this right here, this situation, like this is what it reminds us of the previous in 2015, which was followed by the beginning of the bull market. This is what Saylor is saying. And this is what we're saying right now. I mean, look at this trajectory, look at this flag formation. This is absolutely crazy, guys. Now, the next thing, if that wasn't enough, here is exchange inflow across major assets. And we're saying that the actual inflows into exchanges is drying up. So many holders are holding coins that are not going to ever sell, or sell maybe at least not now. So this is just showing, usually when we would have this kind of low momentum, was always showing the store of value narrative and actually confirming the store of value narrative, and would actually keep people from the exchanges from selling. So this is very powerful. And then one more piece is this right here. Sharks and whales stay flat on their Bitcoin holdings, but we are seeing that stable coins have been accumulated by these large holders, increasing their future implied buying power. So look, this is going to be different ones like USDC, BUSD, DAI, etc. So this is the accumulation of stable coins. And when we have, look, at an all-time high pretty much right here. So when we have such an accumulation of stable coins, this is the buying power, the powder that is ready to be put into the market when the time is right. And when the time is right, I mean, another banking collapse could actually push Bitcoin higher. The debt ceiling, any kind of decision would put this money to use. Then, of course, Hong Kong, etc. There are so many things coming together for Bitcoin right now that the only thing that worries me is that this whale, one of the hugest whales out there currently holding 76,000 Bitcoin, actually sold, what is it, 42,000 Bitcoin, the biggest amount ever. And we spoke about this when he or she actually sold this much, and now he or she sold even more. This is pretty crazy, guys. I mean, like, and yes, this is the biggest amounts ever. I just sorted by amounts. So this wallet just dumped billion something worth of Bitcoin. So this is pretty worrying. But, you know, quite frankly, everything we're seeing in the short-term perspective, yeah, we can go down to 25K where I'm going to add to my long trade, even if we're going to crash down, flash crash to 22K. I'm going to add more to my long trade. This is just how convinced I am, really, at this point. And then that's what Michael Saylor is saying, that the bottom is in, but the short-term volatility, nobody can cancel the short-term volatility. But guys, open up your eyes, because we're standing on the verge of something mega huge. And everything is coming together for Bitcoin right now. So guys, check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management, and join Bybit. You can claim up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses. And as always, peace and love. Thomas Crollo, stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.